Hey now everyone, Vegetable here. Welcome to another Bloodborne boss fight. This time we've got Amygdala down in a Chalice dungeon. And first things first, I need to apologize for the breaking in halfway in the middle of this fight. These were recorded using the record what just happened feature on the PlayStation 4. I have a regular PlayStation 4, it's not a PS4 Pro. So to get the resolution that I'm getting, which really isn't even all that great, this is the most I can record at a time. It's 5 minutes. In fact, this may be the most you can record at a time anyway. I'm more familiar with the Xbox, to be honest with you. Yeah. So we break in about midway in this fight, and I do apologize for that. There's going to be a few more of these, a couple more Amygdala fights, and maybe one or two more. There's not that many, though. I really hate having to do that, but I also didn't want to delete them because, for whatever reason. Anyway, back to the battle at hand. This is Amygdala, of course, but down here in the Chalice dungeons, it's a completely different fight. For one thing, you don't have nearly as much room to move around. Although the Amygdala arena is huge, still you'll have obstacles. In some cases, like the pillars, they'll help you. They'll block some of the laser attacks. They do not block his arms, as I think you just saw. Or her arms. I'm really not sure about the gender of this thing. Let's say its arms. It looks like an it to me. Anyway, Amygdala has got a couple of things that you can exploit. But I really hadn't figured that out at this point. For one thing, the big overhead slams with the arcane attacks that do big damage. If you get out to the left of those, or maybe to the right, I'm not sure, you can actually get some hits in. I always try to get out to the front, and that's a terrible place to be. That's where you take, you're the most likely to get damage. The other thing is when Amygdala jumps up in the air, as you'll see probably pretty soon, if you just stay where you are, you're in a perfect position to turn and get a hit on the head, which is where you can do the most damage, like right there. But I have not learned that at this stage. So what I do at this point is attack the back legs, which are actually really armored. It's hard to do a lot of damage back there, as you can see. However, these are limbs, and like limbs on most other beasts in Bloodborne, they can be broken. And once they're broken, you can do extra damage to them. My strategy here was to try to attack one limb, get it broken, then go over to the other one and get it broken, so that as I switch back and forth to avoid getting stomped, I can do, some decent damage. The strategy actually works fairly well. It's kind of boring to watch. Apologies for that. But it does work to avoid some of those big attacks once Amygdala has ripped the arms off and is using those to get even more range. Like Amygdala needs more range. I mean, for crying out loud, the thing can hit you from clear across the arena. It's amazing how much range this thing has. And of course, fighting it with the Blade of Mercy makes it even tougher because, to get the big damage, you really need to hit it in the head. And the head is very difficult to get to, especially if you're not using the jumping exploit, where the head's right there ready for a big attack right after a jump. So, eventually, my hard work on the legs pays off, and I take this thing down. Man, what a battle. If you made it all the way to the end here with me, I sure do appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Fear the old blood.